Hey everyone, it's Troy from Road Bike Action here with the new Giant Revolt Advanced Pro. So Giant's come out with an all new gravel bike and some of the newest features: rear flip chip, and it's dropper post compatible. Giant has just launched the all-new version of their gravel bike, the Revolt. The Revolt has been in the Giant catalog for some time now, since about 2013, and was one of the original gravel-specific bikes on the market. A lot has changed since the inception, and while Giant has stayed on trend, the new Revolt is by far the biggest change yet. We got Giant's pinnacle model, the Revolt Advanced Pro Zero, but Giant is also offering their advanced level, which has the same frame but lower grade composite fork. Our test bike hit the scales at 17.81 pounds, so pretty much 18 pounds. And that includes their new CRX1 carbon wheels. The wheels have a hookless bead and 25mm internal width and 31mm external width, and they're about 35mm G. Giant has a claimed weight of just under 1,400 grams, and they've decided to pair them with the very minimal Maxxis Receptor 40mm for our build, which is pretty much a glorified road slick. So what are the big changes? Well, the Revolt has taken a turn towards the racer type with a 1 degree steeper head tube. Yes, you heard that correct. Steeper, not more slack. Going from 70.5 to the new 71.5 degrees. There is also now a rear flip chip offering a shorter and longer wheelbase than previous. On our size medium, the shorter wheelbase measures in at 102.6 centimeters long, and the longer wheelbase is 103.6 centimeters, with the previous version being 103.1. The shorter wheelbase and reduced fork trail offers a more responsive ride, while the longer setting helps with high speed stability. The bottom bracket has also been lowered 10 millimeters, and that's quite a bit, to 80 millimeters, helping to keep the center of gravity low, but pedal strikes are a little more frequent. Another update in geometry is the longer reach. Our size medium is 6 millimeters longer at 38.7 centimeters, but the bike is now paired with a 70mm stem rather than the 90mm that came on the previous version. Giant has also retained their defuse seat post, but now with a twist. The new Revolt frame has a round 27.2 seat tube, but uses a wedge system to accommodate their proprietary seat post. This means that you can now run a dropper post on the new Revolt. Giant still uses their oversized steerer, so if you want a different stem length, remember you'll need an 1.25 inches rather than the 1 1/8 standard. How does the new Revolt Advanced Pro ride, you might ask? To be honest, we have spent most of the time in the short wheelbase setting, and the bike is very responsive. We never spent a lot of time on the old version, but it is definitely a new audience. The bike has a claimed tire fitment of 42mm in the short setting and 53mm in the long, but much bigger tires could definitely fit. That's leaving a lot of room for mud. The rear flip chip feature is easy enough to do, but it's not a roadside adjustment, so pick the setting you want before you head out. We felt like the bike was incredibly stiff and transferred power efficiently, but in the saddle, the D-shaped seat post did wonders and was surprisingly compliant. Giant claims it is 20% more, and I guess we'll have to trust them on that. This is all in the rear, and with the ability to run even larger tires than the 40mm Maxxis means more rubber could make it even better. The front end of the bike, in our opinion, is a different story, and to be honest, a bit harsh. Racers and those coming from the road will feel right at home, but on long, very bumpy fire roads, we were left with sore palms. Giant claims the Pro version fork has more compliance than the Advanced, and while we haven't tested it, if this is true, new bars and even much more rubber will be needed for many riders. On smoother and faster sections, the Revolt did truly feel and perform well. Even on the tarmac and in group rides, we had no trouble keeping pace. This could be in part by the Shimano 2xGRX drivetrain, which offers great gear range when the road pace is fast or the gravel pace is slow. The long geometry feels very similar to the previous version, but with lower center of gravity and slightly more responsive handling. The steeper head tube has made both the shorter and longer trail numbers smaller, and this has directly reflected in the handling. To wrap it up, the new Revolt Pro offers more responsive handling for all, but it's catering to the racer with the new flip chip rear end and shorter position. For those that like the long and more stable position, you can now run a dropper too, but it will definitely need more rubber to aid in compliance. Most of the stock builds look to be 2x, which we prefer for a race bike, but a 1x build might be preferred for the pure simplicity. Last but not least is the price, and we've always been impressed with Giant pricing. The pinnacle model that we have has Shimano GRX Di2, and the new carbon wheels will only set you back $6,200. There are also 2 Pro versions and 4 advanced versions, which start at $2,300. Giant also mentioned that there will be an alloy version, the Revolt 2, for $1,400. Thanks for watching. Make sure you like, subscribe, and leave a comment on whether you think the new race-oriented geometry will be a hit.